Hi everyone, this is Vinay here. Welcome to my channel Learn Coding with Vinay and playlist ASP.NET Core MVC. In previous video number 3 of this Dapper implementation, we created CRUD operations for department. Now department was a quite simple entity. We had only two properties, name and ejective flag, right? In upcoming few videos, we'll work on employee CRUD, which will have more entities, more control to be displayed, more validation, and we will also work on UI part using Bootstrap, right? So let's begin with it. So let me go to Visual Studio, right? So let me open the model first. Let me open the employee model. Let me show you employee model at this moment. So we have this employee model, right, created already. Now as a part of Dapper, first step is to work on the store procedure. So let me open the store procedure, right? So what we are doing over here, we are planning to create a store procedure USP get all employees, right? That will return us the list of employees. And since we have department and designation IDs in employee entity, right, we are supposed to bring the name of department and designation from the respective tables. That's why we have used two inner join over here, right? So let me create this. Okay, and let's test this one. Right. So store procedure is working fine. Right. It is giving us the output. Now, but one thing over here, we will not displaying, all these columns in the index page. We will have only few out of these. So what we will be doing, let's say we will have ID, name, email, department, and department name and designation name. We'll have only this much, right? Because usually, we should only display those many columns. Those fits well in your UI, right? For remaining, we the user will have to go to the details. We'll also work on the details, but later in some part, later in some other video of this series, right? So let's say what we are planning over here. So we don't want every column. What we will be doing is we just need few columns, right? And the few columns we can consider, let's say ID, name, designation name, department name, mobile email, and whether the employee is active or not, right? So let's do that. So let me, so this is good. We don't want this. So let me control KC. We don't need this as well, right? So let me run this. Okay, this is good. And let me run this. Right, so we have name, email, mobile, department name, and designation name, right? Excellent. Now for as a in Dapper, when we work on Dapper, I previously also said that we should have worked on the store procedure first or queries first, right? Now this is ready. Now we will have to make this. Now to consume this output we need one model, right? We have already employee model, but there we have IDs, right, for this department and designation, right? So we can't reuse it. Ideally we can if we add these two properties into that model only, but it is always good, create model for whatever columns are required to display exactly, right? So let's create this new view model for this many columns only, right? So let me go to the Visual Studio. I'll say I'll add class. We'll add in models folder only. We can create new view model folder also. That depends on project structure, how you have organized, right? Yeah, so let's give it a name, employee list VM. Employee list VM, let's add it, and let's have just required properties in that. So let's have the only required properties in for this employee list VM, that is ID, name, designation name, department name, mobile, email, and ejective flag. Right, let's save it and let's move to the next step. In next step, now we'll work on creating the method in service class. So I don't think we have added the services interface and class, so let's do that first. So I'll go right click over here, add class. We'll say interface and we'll give it a name, I employee service. I employee service, let's add it. and then we'll also add the service class. So let's say this guy as control V, just remove the I, employee service, add. Right now this has to inherit from I. Okay, I have it in clipboards. Right. And now let's go to I department service, just copy these operations and change it accordingly. So over here what we will have this one, we will have employee list VM, and instead of get department we'll have get employees. Let me resolve the namespace for this. Right. And this will have to be employee. This will also change, actually it will not be employee, we'll have to create something like employee details or something, because we will be bringing not just employee detail, we will also bring project details for that employee. This will remain the, let me make this employee, let me make this just EMP, and this would remain the delete employee. Right. So once these are in, let's go to our service implementation. There we will have error. Yeah. So just say control dot and implement explicitly, so that we have the method ready and we will just change the method whenever we are working on it. So let me choose the second option. Right. So we have methods in, right. So first one we will work on this guy, get all employees, right. So I'll mark this as public, sorry my bad, it has to be small, employee list VM, right. And then let's go to the department service, we'll just copy paste code. Right, so where do we have get all? Over here, right. So what we will be doing is just control C, control V. Here we'll change the stored procedure name. This is what it would look like. Okay. And for DB, I think we missed to inject the DB. Right, so let's do that also. This is something we need to copy. And this has to be employee list VM, not department, right, so that it gives us the exact data. Right, this also needs to be corrected. Okay, so this is placed, right. Now let me close all open file, and the next thing we want to work is to go add the controller for employee and have the required method called in the index method. So let me go ahead, add controller. We'll choose the second option, so we have the methods readily available. Right, we'll make this employees controller, add. Now the controller is generated with all blank method. Okay, so let's work on this index method first. Right, so what do we need to do? We need to call the method that we just created. So let's check once how what we have done in department controller. Right, we'll do the similar thing. Right, so we had this, let's copy paste this over here instead of this department. Okay, so we will have to again inject this service over here. So let me copy this, let me add it over here, and this would be employee controller and this would be employee service, and this, let's change this as well. Let me quickly change this. And this is employee, get all employees. Okay, I don't know why intelligence is not coming up, but get all employees. Let me write this. Okay, now it is good. And let me remove this, and it has to be not department, but it has to be employees. Let's put it to employees. Right. Now let's work on the view. So let's say right click, add the view. We'll choose the second option. Yes, it will be index. We will have the list template, and which one is employee list VM. Let's say add. Okay, so view has been generated. Let's see what do we have. Okay, excellent. And let's save this, and let's go to the menus and check whether menus are in place. So we'll go to sad layout, and what do we have? Employees controller and index method. Okay, this looks good. We have employees controller and index method. Okay, so let's run this and see. So let's go to employee menu and see whether our displaying employee is working or not. Okay, so we have okay, so we haven't registered this service. I missed to register this service in program.cs. So let me go to program.cs quickly. Let's try, sorry, not disable the setting, program.cs. So over here we'll have to register our service. That piece was missing. So let me copy paste this department service. Just make it employee. Let me copy paste over here, and let me remove this. Let's say as save. Let's our menus get loaded, and then we'll visit the employee menu. Okay, let's click on employees. So we can see employees are loaded with all these details, right? This is working nice. Now let's do one thing. Let's work on improving the UI a little bit. Similar way we did it in employee department, right? So let's first convert these to buttons. Convert all links to button. So let me go to the index.cshtml. Let's make this guy button. So class, it would be btn primary, right? And let me copy this. Let me go down below here. We will not use this. We will use this. Would be edit, and this would be edit. Right, similar way, this would be details. This would be details, and the last one, this would be delete. So let's mark this primary, mark this as info, and mark this as danger, and rename it to delete. So all this looks good. Let me save this, and let's see how does it look like. See, the buttons are changed. Okay, what happens to details over here? Must be typo. btn btn info, this is good. What's the problem over here? Details. Okay, so I think I written this in caps info. Let me make it small and let's see if it changes. Okay, excellent. Now this button looks good, but let's make this small. And again, let's make this also, a create button should come over here, somewhere over here, right? So let's change the design according to what we have done in departments. Right? So let me go to department views. Let me open its index view. Right. So first we'll take this, we'll come over here, we will remove this too, and we'll just copy paste this. And instead of department, these are employees. This will go to create. This is okay. Create new, or I would say just add new employee, just to give it a better name. Add new employee. Okay. And then I think we have used outline button over here. No, these are solid button only. So let's use the outline button and small. So we just need to write outline hyphen over here. Similar way, outline hyphen over here. Similar way, outline hyphen over here. And let's make them small. So let me put it down over btn hyphen sm. So save it and let's see if it is reflected or not. Excellent. So our UI is changed. We have add employee over here. We have details of okay. We don't see designation and department. Okay, that's a problem. Let's see. And we don't see even is active also. Okay. Few columns are mapped, but few are not. So let's see what is the problem over here. Yeah. So first thing is, we have written department name over here. It should be department only because that's what we have the property name and designation also. So let's change this designation, right? Now it has the designation name, I think. So as we'll have to give it designation because that's what we have property name. So we'll have to write exactly the the column name and property name should match, right? So department, this is good, and I think I have not taken is active flag over here. So let me take that also. E dot is active. So let's run create this, alter this procedure. Let's see if it is running well. Okay, excellent. And let's just go ahead and refresh over here. Okay, excellent. We have the now name and is active flag also. And these are also looking good. Now the UI is quite consistent to our department index page, right? But here I want to demonstrate one more thing. We can, if you have, let's say consider there are more columns and you have less space over here. Currently these buttons are occupied too many space, right? So we can use bootstrap icons also. So let me show you that. So I have opened the bootstrap site and I have clicked on this icons, right? Go to install over here, right? It will give us the cdn. Copy this cdn and paste it in our code sad layout.cshtml. So go to sad layout.cshtml, just copy paste it over here, right? So this is good. Now the next thing we want to do is to now we can use the icons instead of these names, right? So what we can do instead of this edit, we can put down any icon. So let's go to the bootstrap site and look for the icon edit. So basically pencil is the one, pencil. Okay, so we'll take this icon. Now next is details. So maybe let's say list or something. Yeah, so for details we will take this, and for delete we'll have to take trash. we will take this. So what do we need to do? Just copy this is a pencil icon. Just copy this, go to Visual Studio, and instead of this edit text, I'll say enter. We'll just put down this guy. Right, and let me do the similar thing for others also. Let's go to, sorry, let's copy this card list and put it down over here. Enter, Control V, and let's take the trash icon and put it down it over here for the, and save it, and let's see. Right, so we can see these right, small icons. Even we can plan to have, remove this button also. We can just keep the icons. For example, currently we have given the this guy as btn, that's why it is coming in the border, right? So we can, but I think this looks good. We'll keep this, right? We'll keep this, and this looks good. So this is good. Let me add one more thing. Over here we should add the title or something so that it appears in the tooltip of that particular guy, employee, sorry, button. Let me hover this, where I add it, yeah, okay. So this is not coming, yeah. Let's add this to everywhere. So let me put it down over here, let me put it down over here as well. Control V, change to details, and this would be delete. Oh, my bad. So this has to be, sorry, within the quote that is missing. But that is missing. Let's make this employee details, and let's make this delete employee, and this is edit employee, right? I think I have messed up something, but let's see. Okay, double quote over here. Yeah, gone. Save it, and let's see how does it look like. Yeah, so let's see. Now we see edit employee, now we see employee details, and we see delete employee, right? Now let's say you even have less spaces. So icon can actually, you know help you in saving the space on your viewport. Let's say even you have less spaces, then there is one more bootstrap option that we can choose. Let me bring that, right. So here is something called button group. Look at this drop down. So we can specify something action over here, then edit, update, delete, whatever action we want to specify, we can put it down over here. So let me show you what I did in the background. So now we have the same screen, but if I click over here, we have edit, detail, and delete buttons, right? And what did I do? Let me show you. Right, I just commented out the existing buttons, right? Copy pasted this guy from here to here, over here, and replace their anchor tag with our anchor tag, right? And one more thing I added over here for the button, delete button, I marked it as text danger, right? This fw bold is not actually working. I wanted to make it a little dark, right? So text danger, that actually added the icon in red color, right? So we know that is this is something danger action, right? Now this is edit, this is details, this is delete, right? So you can, based on the places available, based on the space available on your screen, you can choose this. Either you can choose dedicated button, dedicated links, right? Only icons, or you can choose something like this also, right? So this looks good. Now that's it in this index page, and in the next video we'll work on the detail section, right? So thanks a lot, guys, for watching. And if you are enjoying this series, subscribe to my channel, hit like button to the videos, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks a lot, guys.